I'm scared. I'm in shock. I can't believe that he's actually pulling me out of a vehicle with no knowledge of why.
According to the sheriff's office, the deputy pulled her out of the car for his own safety because Gloriana, quote, immediately recoiled from the officer and reached her hands into the center console. After about 2 minutes, 3 other deputies arrived to help with the arrest. Gloriana is pulled out, cuffed, and put in the back of a squad car. Then, a team of deputies spend the next 9 minutes searching her vehicle. Remember, she was pulled over for speeding. When they're done, deputies say they found drugs in her car. A field test said it was crack cocaine. Those drugs they found in her car weren't drugs at all. The county's crime lab ran a second test of the substance they found. It tested negative. The drug charge is now being dismissed 3 months after Gloriana was arrested.
All right, does this look like a profiling case? Randy, let me start with you because that's the allegation of her attorney. Does this look like a profiling case to you? That, all right, this is an area known for violence and drugs. Here's someone driving around. I'm profiling this car. I'm pulling it over.
You know, this is really, there's a lot of issues at play here. First of all, proactive policing is a good thing. When I say proactive, that means making car stops based on observations and making contacts with people. However, when you are approaching a vehicle stop like this, there are tactics and techniques to be utilized that de-escalate the situation, that don't require, shall we say, such a forceful response initially. Now, here's the thing: does the officer have the right to approach her? Clearly, yes, especially if there was a speeding violation. But you ask for the driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, and then it's very common. You tell somebody, the reason I'm stopping you is because of such and such. Now, it didn't help that the first thing that she did was begin being argumentative, saying, I don't have to give you my license. Well, yeah, you do have to give your license. And so I think what we had here was we had an escalation that didn't have to take place. And this is about maturity. This is about experience making car stops. And this was something that probably didn't have to happen.
Donald Schweitzer, you know, it wasn't crack cocaine. And now there are allegations from her attorney that this was a case of profiling. Why do you think she was stopped initially?
Well, you know, I agree that this was proactive policing, and what I saw was a proactive cop patrolling the neighborhood, looking for crime, doing what we want our police officers to do. It's just the typical guy working the beat, looking for people and pulling them over when they look suspicious. I have no problem with the stop at all. But like Randy said, is when he approaches the car and he starts addressing the person in the car, what he really should have done was maybe exercise a lot more patience. It only took 2 minutes for the backup officers to get there, according to this report, and had he waited for the backup officers, I'm sure that in time they could have gotten this person out of the car and done what they had to do. The fact that there wasn't cocaine found in the car is not relevant to this story. The story is whether or not this officer did what he should have done when he started putting his hands in the car and pulling her out. I think that, you know, he didn't show patience, and I agree that this woman, like a lot of people we're seeing these days, thinks that you can tell officers, I'm not going to give you my license. You know, I'm not going to tell you my name. Well, it doesn't work that way. In our society, both sides have to act civil and do what's right.
Yeah. You know, the fact that it wasn't drugs may not have anything to do with the story, but may have something to do with that lawsuit that may be brewing. I'm just thinking out loud in bed.
Okay.
We shall see. We may. I don't know. I know she's got a lawyer, so I don't know where it's going from there. All right. Donald Schweitzer, Randy Sutton. Awesome. Thank you both so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right, everyone.